The Baduanjin Qigong is one of the most common forms of Chinese Qigong used as exercise. Commonly translated as 8 Pieces of Brocade or Eight-Section Brocade, the name of the form generally refers how the 8 individual movements of the form characterize and impart a silken quality, like that of a piece of brocade or piece of clothing, to the body and its energy. The Baduanjin is primarily designed as a form of medical Qigong, which is meant to improve health. Each exercise, in addition to overall body exercise, works various organs in the body as well, compared to spiritual or martial forms of Qigong, while many martial artists and practitioners use the Baduanjin exercise just as well. The history is not exact, but is mentioned in several documents, originating from the Song Dynasty in China. From some initial research, for example, the pivot of the way, circa roughly 1150, describes an archaic form of this type of Qigong. The 10 Compilations on Cultivating Perfection, circa 1300, that documentation features illustrations of all 8 movements. It's also mentioned in numerous other writings in martial forms if you do the research, and is credited to several ancient Chinese folk heroes, generals, and various Chinese kung fu masters. One example attributes the style to a semi-legendary Chinese folk hero, creating it as a form of exercise for his soldiers. The legend states that he taught the exercise to his men to help keep their bodies strong and well prepared for battle. Such is the case with many Chinese and Japanese martial arts. Here are the basic 8 movements of the Baduanjin Qigong. Each move is generally done 8 times. Baduanjin move number 1. 2 hands hold up the heavens. This move is said to stimulate the quote-unquote triple burner, which is the center of your body primarily, and it consists of an upward movement of the hands, which are loosely joined and travel up the center of the body. Baduanjin move number 2, drawing the bow to shoot the eagle. While in a lower horse stance, the practitioner imitates the action of drawing a bow to either side. It's said to exercise the waist area, focusing on the kidneys and spleen. Baduanjin form number 3, separate heaven and earth. This resembles a version of the first piece, with the hands pressing in opposite directions, one up and one down. A smooth motion in which the hands switch positions is the main action, and it's said to especially stimulate the stomach. Baduanjin form number 4, wise owl gazes backwards, or looking back. This is a stretch of the neck to the left and to the right in an alternating and gentle fashion. Baduanjin form number 5, sway the head and shake the tail. This is said to regulate the function of the heart and lungs. Its primary aim is to remove excess heat from the heart. In performing this piece, the practitioner squats in a low horse stance, places the hands on the thighs with the elbows facing out, and twists to glance backwards on each side. Baduanjin, form number 6. 2 hands hold the feet to strengthen the kidneys and waist. This involves a stretch upwards, followed by a forward bend and holding of the toes. Baduanjin, form number 7. Clench the fists and glare fiercely or angrily. This resembles the second piece, and is largely a punching movement either to the sides or forward while in a horse stance. This, which is the most external of the pieces, is aimed at increasing general vitality and muscular strength. Baduanjin form number 8, the final move, bouncing on the toes. This is a push upward from the toes with a small rocking motion on landing. The gentle shaking vibrations of this piece is said to smooth out the qi after practice of the preceding 7 pieces. So that's the end of the Baduanjin basic description. There are 8 moves, roughly done about 8 times each. Sometimes the last move, bouncing on the toes, can be done 7 times. It varies by tradition, but those are general guidelines on the 8 movements of the Baduanjin Qigong exercise.